Your perspective, okay? So there's a couple things I have to do. I have to de-stress the bicep tendons. I'm going to have to also unlock this because this here goes with this. The AC joint also needs to be done. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and bump this across. This sucks just a little bit. Okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and take this, de-stress this. Woof. All right, now, most of the time, that spot right there, I'm not going to have you guys feel in there. She's going to punch me later anyway. All right, and then collarbone. Come on, there you go. You feel that? Feels like you're choking a little bit when I do that, doesn't it?
A little bit.
Yep. Okay. AC joint. Did you feel that release?
Yeah, I did.
The collarbone, not bad. Maybe a tight spot here, the serratus.
What?
Yeah. Told you it was in there. Big trigger points. Big trigger points. Oh, okay. Now, these suck. This is my bruise, just so you know. And then you can say, there's my buddy Dr. T. Seal of approval. Here. You have a chiropractor back home you're using?
Not really.
Not really? You used one before?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift your head back where it belongs. Okay, kiddo? So take this here. Nice. That really wasn't too bad at all. What I'm doing here is I'm just shaking her head back in here. That occiput feels free. Now, a lot of times in school, they'll teach you to go ahead and scoop it and do this, right? All right, which is great if you're doing, stuff at the luau, right? But you don't really need to get in there that deep to go ahead and feel it because the motion is really shallow, right? We're going to aim small, miss small. That's kind of the idea. So what we'll do in here, and there's the stick on that side. So what I did was I went through and I motioned out the sticky spot, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get this fixed up here for you. Okay, and then this time, rotate. Okay? Now, see how fast that was? The drop table helps, but I didn't need it that time. C2. Now this time I'm scooping up on this. Because it just did. So 6 is still a little screwy. So the question is that coming out of the occiput? Or is it coming out of the jaw, which really wasn't too bad just a second ago. So I corrected her head. So go ahead and open your mouth now. Did you just see her jaw do that? Clunk, clunk. Okay? I want you to feel it. You don't care if you feel it, do you? Go ahead and I want you to feel how her jaw clunks now.
Jeez.
You see it, don't you?
See it.
Okay. So it's either coming out when it comes to 6. It's
You need
either
to work on your bedside manner.
Okay.
Hashtag haters.
I come
All right,
right on.
so we need a t-shirt of us, right? So here's the interesting thing, isn't it? It's like, how can you predict that, right? It's either the occiput or it's the jaw. So what I want to do is I want you to go ahead and open up again, slow. All right. Slow. Okay. So her jaw pops open this way. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the jaw back. Okay, it's all right. So I'm going to take it just like this. Okay. All right. Now go ahead and open your mouth now. Bite down. Open up wide again. It's still a little bit crazy, but now what I want you to do is you felt 6, right? Feel number 6 now.
Did a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ray.
Little stick on the left, but nothing.
Not much, is
Not
it?
much.
So now the question is it coming out of the occiput? And there it is. So what I'm going to do, I'll just take it. And there we go. There it goes. Okay, now feel 6.
Yes.
Go ahead. Yeah, Ray. She wants you to do that.
Ah.
Yeah, bedside manner training.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
That was nicer.
Yeah, you got those big Bulgarian fingers. All right, so we've got all of this. Does this not feel so much different? Now, what I've got to do next is I'm going to go all the way down here to this lower range. Clear that. So, do that. Nice rotation. But your glute is activating right here. You feel that? You feel it?
I feel it in my hip flexor.
Yeah. Weird, right? Now, do you feel what just happened here? But she rotates. She sticks here and pops this way. So, what I'd like to do, if it's okay with you, is your pubic bone attaches right here together in the front. So if I can touch that and feel if there's tenderness from your perspective, but also deformity in there, that'll help. Have you had any low back issues like pain right here?
Yes.
A lot? Okay. Nobody can kind of get rid of it? It's kind of cool. So it might be coming from here. So let's check. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So, now, interesting. Is this sore at all?
It's like a little bit tender.
What's really wild is that she sticks on this side. All right, so I'm gonna push it right in through here. All right. Now, try not to kick me or hit me, okay? Here we go. But, your eyeball went like this. All right, so let's see what this is doing now. Do you see that? Look at that.
Ooh, that's crazy.
Is that not the coolest?
That is very interesting. I've never had that much.
So she's a 1/4 inch on the right short, and then she goes, we'll say a 1/2 inch, okay, on the right second position. Do you see that? This is tight too, but not like this. Do you feel how this here pulls? Is that pulling your knee or your thigh muscle, kiddo? Quad. Okay. So some people it'll be right there in that knee. Nonetheless, we got piriformis both sides. That could be like a double EX also, right? So that may be a problem. So now we're going to poke around here, Tiger. All right. She's a left post, and she is a, yeah. And you can see the movement pattern, right? You feel how that sticks there, Olivia? Mm-hmm. So basically, we've got a right inferior left post, okay? So now what we're going to do is go ahead and zip in through here, feel what this feels like, and this. She has an AS on the right. So we're going to say AS, wow, IN, PI, EX. Left PI, EX. Now, in both cases that we just had, we already hit the pubic component and or the internal rotation of the hip sockets. So we already know those are working. So now we know for the most part, globally, that it really is a pelvic issue in through here. Okay? So what did you have on this left side?
Left is left PIX.
Okay, gotcha. So what we're going to do now, and I don't know, you've had, see, the musculature is right in through here, feel really good. They've got good tone. She feels healthy through here, okay?
So great.
Huh?
I'm just so great.
You are so great. So I tend to think maybe, however, there's a little bit of scalloping in through here, so I'm going to go ahead and block her anyway. You don't always have to, but sometimes, you just kind of say, okay, let's do this. So we're going to double block her, so let's go ahead and bring your hips up. There you go. Okay. Now, with that being said, we have an AS on which side? Right? So I'm going to go ahead and bring this over here first. Let's lift this up here, honey. So I'm going to set the sacrum with the blocks counter. Okay? So eventually I'm going to go ahead and, once I get the pelvis corrected, then I'm going to go ahead and double block to go ahead and get the lumbar spine. Alrighty? So, what's the sacrum there, Manny?
It is right inferior left post.
Okay, so we're going to bump this in here. It's going to be a shocker for you. Right post?
Left.
Left post?
Sorry, yes, left post.
Now, before I do a whole lot, what do you see in those feet, by the way? Is this weird? So now, let's see what it got when we go ahead and shake her out. Still heavy internal rotation on the side. Now, the interesting thing is we think that she has an EX on that left, but she shows like she has an EX on the opposite side. That's compensation reaction. We don't know for sure, right? But that's pretty suspicious. So, We have an EX on this side here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and collapse all this. So I'm going to drop this here. AS on this side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bump this side over here, kiddo. Try not to kick me. These are sore, but you may feel this clear down to your feet. See how her feet are coming out of it? She's unwinding. That's pretty cool. All right, so now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead. She still toes in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put her in the middle. I'm going to go with that. She still toes in, but you know what? With the data we have, curious, you want to raise your right arm for me?
My right arm?
Uh-huh. Okay, relax that one. Use your other arm now. Okay, no change there. Nose to the right. No, just turn your head to the right, honey.
Oh.
No. You see that? But turn your nose to the left. Then go nose to the right again.